Hey everybody, welcome to How to Draw Anything. My thing is aliens, but you can use this concept to draw anything. So I've got open IBIS Paint X on Android on my phone, S22 Ultra, S Pen. A lot of you will be using a Wacom tablet or even a Surface Pro or iPad. This method's going to work with any drawing app of your choice. I'm going to draw an alien, but like I said, you can use this with anything you want to draw. So I start out with a shape or a line, doesn't even matter. Start by just putting your pen to paper, your stylus to tablet. I've drawn a few lines. I'm going to turn that into something. Now the beauty of digital drawing is you have the comfort of using layers. I will show you how layers can help you a lot here. Now the idea is not to be perfect. The idea is to just start drawing something and let your imagination run with it. So here I can visualize like a horn in this area right here. So I'm going to turn that into a horn. And then I'm going to turn the back of this into his head. See how I just did that? I am just simply turning nothing into something. And I'm going to make this guy a cyclops, so he's going to have one eye. I'm going to give him some teeth. Now remember, I'm drawing an alien, so he doesn't have to conform to any kind of norm. It's whatever you want him to be. So I like to get crazy with my concept here. You can come in here and erase some of the lines so you get a better feel. for what your final shape will kind of look like. And this guy, I'm having him look upwards at the sky. And there is my rough general shape. I just created something out of nothing. Classic trained artists are going to draw simple shapes like a circle, oval, or a square, triangle. Me, I really don't do that. I just start drawing lines, and what I do is I end up working with those lines and shapes that come out in the sketch until I'm totally happy with the overall outcome. So what I mean by that is this is just a rough shape, this is just a rough sketch, but as I mentioned earlier, when you're using a digital app and you have layers are going to be your best friend here. So I've got this all sketched out on one layer in my app here. I'm going to add a new layer so that anything I do in that new layer will not affect the layer below it. So the layer below it happens to be my rough sketch. Another beauty of layering is that I can select the layer below, which is my sketch layer, and I can turn the opacity down really far to where you can barely see your line art. And then I select the layer that I'm going to draw a little more refined sketch on. So anything I do on that layer now goes over my transparent layer. So this is where I start refining the shapes a little bit, and my strategy usually is I work with the art layer by layer. If I need to create 10 layers of sketch, I'm going to do that. The idea is your first sketch is the initial concept. Every layer after that will refine your sketch further. So you just keep doing that until you're happy with what you see. That's all there is to this. And I like to pick out parts that I like best, and I kind of work with those first. So I have this thing where I like making swirls. You can see the swirl here. That's part of my design. So I like that one, so I'm going to start with that one. Now, keeping this in mind, I am refining the sketch with more sketching, but if I can make the line look good, I'm going to do that also, because that saves time later. But you don't have to. This is your concept art. Now I just refine that line. I'm kind of digging it so far. And this is what we have so far. Now I kind of, right here, this part right here, I think I kind of made that look a little like he's got throat cancer or something. So we're just going to make that smooth. This is the beauty of it. You can do what you want until you like it. So I just created a neck sweep. Okay. Now I think I'm going to work on the skull. Okay, I'm not completely happy with that line. Now, you don't have to conform to your own line from your own sketch. You can refine this shape. This is how I've always done it, and it's really worked well for me. I refine the shape till I like it. So you don't have to match exactly the line underneath until you're done with the design you love. Then you can start making lines kind of match perfectly with the layers underneath, but you don't have to when you're coming out like this. The only thing I didn't like about that line was it's not smooth. That's a little smoother, a little rounder. I like the shape. Now I'm going to refine the areas, the shapes around the eye first, and then I'm going to fill the eye in. And I want the eye to be a little rounder because I don't like it. It looks a little oblong, and I don't like that. So, like I say, it's about manipulating the lines and the art until you're happy with what you see. You don't have to do things perfect first shot. You just refine again until you love the shape, until you're happy with the final outcome. And let me tell you, if you're happy with the final outcome, chances are somebody else will like it. Chances are somebody else will be happy with it too. So this method that I'm using works with any style, any art style. Um, my art style, I tend to like variable line widths, so I like to get real thick in the middle on my lines, and then I like sharp points on the ends. Another beautiful thing of digital art is the undo button. You don't like a line that you just created? Undo. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now okay, I'm pretty happy with that so far. Now we're going to go jump down and get the mouth and chin. You see what I did there? I kind of squared off this line right here. to give his mouth more of a draw directly down instead of rounded. Another little friend for digital painting is your eraser tool. Just have fun with it. Create lines you like. That's all there is to it. I'm kind of personally digging what he looks like so far. Now, those of you who don't know, I released a coloring book on Amazon called What Would Aliens Look Like? It's a coloring book for adults and kids. The method I'm teaching you is how I created all 101 of those. I've actually went beyond that. I've got about 130 I've created already, but all of them I've done the same way, exactly how I'm showing you. I know you can do this. You can create anything this way. You can draw anything this way. It's all about getting rid of what you don't like and keep going until you do have something that you love. That's all there is to this. Now right here, I think his lower lip is a little bit too thick. So I'm going to get rid of the teeth I just drew. I'm going to fix this lip. Notice how I have changed his mouth already into something that I like a little better. I'm refining it more. And to compare, that's what I've got so far. That's what I've refined this alien to look like from the sketch. Yeah, it's a more rounded eye. That was my goal. So this is what we have so far. I'm digging it. I like it so far. Now this is the opportunity to decide whether he is going to look up or look at the camera. Originally I planned on him looking up at the sky. I don't know which I'm going to like better, but this is what we're going to do. Again, I like swirls. I gave him kind of a swirl pupil. I like him. Now let's say I wasn't sure about his eye looking up at the sky and I wanted to make him look at the camera. I could create a new layer. Since I like all the other line art so far, I created a new layer we could play with the eye with. So here we have the swirl eye looking up. Since I created an eyeball layer for that swirl eye looking up, I can turn the visibility off, add a new layer, and play with the idea of having him look at the camera. Which one do you guys like? I kind of like him looking up at the sky. And I can thicken up the line around the spiral. There we go. I can even add a little bit of embellishment, a little bit of detail lines. Make things a little more interesting. There's those swirls again. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I color aliens. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little bit. Keep in mind, anybody can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Easy peasy. No pressure. Start with something. Refine it till you like it. That's all this is. If it takes you all day to refine something until you like it, it's worth it. Again, thank you for watching. In the next video, we're going to be coloring aliens.